Hi, everybody. This is the next session in our prosperity workshop, or allowing in the flow of money into our lives. And as usual, we're going to first start out with setting our dial to make sure it's at the right place where we want it to be. So let's go ahead. Think about where you are right now, where you want it to be. And this includes all income and earnings that come in, be it passive income, be it active income, what you want per month to be coming in. Point where you feel it inside. Don't forget to do that. That's an important factor. And as you turn it, notice the shifts and changes that occur inside. Keep turning it back and forth, until it's stuck at that highest point where you want it to be and you can't turn it back anymore. Just remember, all of you people out there in the audience are doing it with us. Any yawning, any shivering, tearing, any other physiological reaction you might be having is totally normal. It's just your way for your body to process through everything that's going on inside of it. And let me know when you get there.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, and just as a little exercise, let's all look when we think about that amount of money that we want, what our self-worth is at that point, whether we feel that we actually deserve it or not. So see your self-worth dial, which is from 0 to 10, or any range that you want to choose, where 0 or the lowest number would be down in the dumps, and 10 is queen of the world in our case, since we're all queens here. So go ahead and see where it's located. If it's not located at queen of the world, reach out and touch it. Notice where you feel as you touch it. Point where you feel as you touch it. Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth, until on your dial, you are queen of the world. And just a little note, sometimes we tend to feel a little bit sick when we do this, simply for the reason that we're very rapidly processing through these memories and getting rid of them. So I did feel a little bit sick while I was doing it. Now that I'm finished, I actually feel a lot better. So don't worry if you start to feel a little bit nauseous. It's totally normal. By the time you're finished with it, it'll be gone.
It's taking me so long, man.
That's okay. All that it means is that you have lots of things that are holding you back from getting there. And
Okay.
you're releasing them.
I'm not alone, right? I'm not living on this planet, experiencing this.
Hey, and don't forget to point where you feel it inside of you. You get a lot more out of it that way. You create the somatic bridge, and you're pointing to the somatic address where you're storing that experience.
Yes, I'm pointing all the time.
Okay, good. Historia?
Can I share something I just found on the internet? Very, very interesting.
Sure.
Just found a website that sends you financial tip how to save from your daily and monthly expenses.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent a whole list of
Yeah.
of like they send me every week a tip.
Right. Okay.
The last tip I just got, I think yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
they said that what you have to do every month is basically write down all your expenses, and they categorize it into a whole list. I think it's a 25 or 30 different categories that I never thought about.
Okay. Yeah.
But the main idea is that you have your own budget, like how much you get, how much you earn,
Right.
and like in the other side, you have to do a list of how much you expend, right?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
once you write down all your expenses and all the unexpected expenses and all the like even they say even if you go out and buy a coffee or you go out for a dinner or for a movie or for everything, like put down everything that you didn't even think of. It's your expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Write it down and see where you fall. Like
Mm-hmm.
where are the things that you didn't plan in advance, and
Right.
see where you can cut down. They say that the place that you didn't uh, plan in advance and made a few, it could be a little bit every time, but those amounts of money can make a difference, for your, for the bed, for the bedside.
Absolutely. And I'll go one step further over here. And this actually, T.R.F. Ecker brings into his book as well. I know that people in Israel have a harder time with this because credit cards in Israel don't do that. But I have a credit card from the States, and my credit card gives me back 2% on all groceries and on all gas that from my car that I purchase. And I make it a point, I can use that credit card here in Israel, and there's two gas stations that have the same low price. One of them I can use my American credit card, one of them I can't. I always go to the one that I can use my American credit card because I get 2% back on it.
Yeah.
Now, you're not just getting 2% back on it, you're getting 2% back. Then you get another 2% back on the 2% back that you got. You get another 2% back on 2% that you got. So I always put the money right back into my spending account for the amount that I need to purchase. So there's little things like this, if you can find them, that can also save you money. And my kids kind of look at me and they say, Mom, it doesn't make such a difference. It's just $2 every time that you buy gas. And I say, yes, $2. And I buy gas 6 times a month. That's $12. And 12 months a year, that's already $144. Would I rather have that $144 in my pocket or in the gas company's pocket?
Right. And yeah, they also the tip that they gave last week is that um, they they made a list of all the gas stations in Israel where you can buy it for the lowest price in the area, and in
Right,
the
okay. Yeah.
north, and they say you have to plan when you're gassing. So it's not harming even if you have a little bit, like quarter or third tank full when you go to fill again, but don't get it empty and then go to the more expensive
Mm-hmm.
gas station because it's already empty. So they say plan the time when you have a little bit gas, enough to go to the cheaper gas
Right.
station in order to get it low. And they say it's much more than $2 in one filling.
Well,
It's
no. This is just a 2% that I get back on the amount that I can
Yeah,
spend
but
to buy.
In Israel you can actually save um 50 cent in Israeli money, 50 cent on each liter.
I
So if
know. I go
if
to
you
the
do 50
cheapest one.
liters,
I go
uh,
to the cheapest one in Rehovot.
right.
There's two gas stations in Rehovot where I live, and both
Uh-huh.
of them have the prices on their gas is approximately the equivalent of, what you would say 50 cents in America would be 50 cents cheaper than other places in Israel. So first of
Right,
all, I go over there. Then over there, I get another 2% back on anything that I purchase.
right.
So
Yes,
I'm
yes,
getting
I
the
understand that. Yeah.
best deal. Now I'm going to give you one more tip over there.
All right.
I try never to let my gas tank go down below the half. There's a very psychological thing. When I'm on the full, I feel wealthy. I feel like I have a lot of money. When I'm on under the half, like towards the third or the quarter, it makes me psychologically feel much more in need. So psychologically, keeping myself constantly over the half gives me a psychological push of I live in abundance. And you're not really doing anything different, because it's not like I go there specially to purchase the gas. That's where my supermarket is also. So I go there to the supermarket and then I purchase the gas as well. But I try to make sure that I'm always over the half, because psychologically it makes me feel much more in abundance. And we all know, well, if we don't know, now we know that the feeling of abundance is what always comes first before the abundance actually comes in. Okay, if you feel poor, there's no way you're going to bring the abundance in. And if you do, you'll probably end up losing it. You might be lucky and not. But for most people, that's what ends up happening, because they're not in the abundance mindset. They're in a poor mindset. And so their unconscious mind rejects it and will do something to get rid of it.
Right.
When you're in an abundance mindset, it's much easier to accept it in.
All right.
Okay, we're going to do one more before we get into any specific problems. Let's do one more affirmation. And this is the affirmation I told you about from Mark Allen, which I really, really love this affirmation. I'm enjoying it tremendously. Thank you, Mark Allen, for creating this affirmation. And we're going to do it in terms of money. So what I want you to do, what he did, and I actually like it, is he said, every year, my income increases by 50%.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay? That's his affirmation. And the interesting thing is, okay, I'll tell you what that, I'll first tell you what the interesting is, and then we'll actually do the affirmation. The first year he started doing this affirmation, his income didn't increase. He said, that's interesting. Wonder why that happened. The second year, it increased by 100%, which means it was as if it was 50% a year, only it all happened in 1 year as opposed to in 2 years. And then he remembered inside the affirmation, he says, in perfect timing. So I guess the first year wasn't the perfect timing for it to happen. The second year, it was the perfect timing. Right? So repeat after me. And as you repeat it, let's do the tapping, because we're tapping it in basically. Okay. In a easy and relaxed manner.
In an easy and relaxed manner.
In a healthy and positive way.
In a healthy and a positive way.
In perfect timing.
In perfect timing.
In an harmoniously satisfying way.
In a harmoniously
satisfying way.
I am increasing my income by 50% each year.
I'm increasing my income in 50% each year.
For the best of all.
For the best of
all.
So be it.
So be it.
And so it is.
And so it
is.
Grab your wrist, breathe in, blow out, and peace.
Peace.
Okay, and I've started doing this every morning, every lunch, and every night. And any other time during the daytime that I happen to remember to do it. And what I like about it, because it has all the good qualities in it in a easy and relaxed manner, because you don't want it to be in a way that you're feeling all stressed out about it, in a positive and healthy way, healthy and positive way. You want to be healthy when you're doing it. You want to be totally positive. You want to get that satisfying feeling from it. You want it to be in the right time, not in the wrong time. And you want it to be for the good of everybody involved. So it has all the important factors inside that, in my opinion, inside that affirmation. Okay. Anything specific you want to work on that we haven't yet worked on?
I get something I really want to to figure out.
Okay.
I'm trying to be very how do you say to do it every day. How do you say that? Persistent. And do 1 hour in the morning for myself, when I do my meditation and do my yoga and stuff. I want kind of prescription. What should I do? Like 20 minutes in the morning. One major thing that will assist me during the day to hold positive thoughts and that stuff. Like I really want a kind of prescription, what to do in the morning for 20 minutes.
I would say the best possible thing is to take out your control board, check all your dials, make sure that they are where you want them to be. And if they're not, get them to where you want them to be.
Okay, so the control boards are containing the self-worth, right?
It contains self-worth, it contains money. Basically, if you can name it, you can change it, which means that anything in your life that is bothering you, you can create a dial for. The only thing you need to do is you need to have your point A where you are right now and your point B of where you want to get to. Now, the reason why that's important is because, number one, if you don't know what your point B is, you'll never even know that you got there, even if you did get there. That's number one. Number two, because this work, we don't know exactly what we're working on. We're leaving it all to the unconscious mind. We have to be clear in our intention so that the unconscious mind understands where we want to get to. So we state to the unconscious mind, this is where we are right now, point A. Whether it be 0, whether it be 10, whether it be any number you want, whether it be a picture, a color, it doesn't make a difference. This is our point A. We want to get to point B. And then we have to specify what that point B is, whether it be we want to be earning $30,000 a month, whether it be we want to be in a perfect relationship, whether it be we want to, whatever it is you want, doesn't make a difference. You just have to specify what that point B is. And then you work your way from the point A to point B, but we've given the intention to our unconscious mind. We told it where we want to get to, and the unconscious mind will lead us over there. Getting rid of any of the obstacles that are in the way to get there. So when you look at your control board in the morning, think about all the things you have for that day, whether it be a new work interview, whether it be that you're planting a garden, whether it be that you're giving a piano recital, whether it be you're performing on stage. Think about where you're at in terms of that. Very often, just thinking about your self-worth in that situation will create the changes that you need if you raise your self-worth to be the highest it could possibly be. Or you can also do just, I'm over here in this place right now, psychologically. I want to be over here in this place, psychologically. Get me there, unconscious. And then you turn the dial, pointing to where you feel it, and it will get you over there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is what I would do to make sure that your day goes smoothly. Check all the things you have on your agenda for the day. Make sure in all those places your self-worth is way up high. Make sure that there's no obstacles standing in your way from where you are now to get to where you want to get to.
Okay. Very well.
If you do it on a constant basis, it shouldn't take you very long to do.
Right.
Now, aside from that, during the daytime itself, whenever you feel triggered of any sort, when it's just a tiny, tiny bit, a 1 or a 2 out of 10, tap right away so you even forget what that thing was. You don't even remember what it was that triggered you, and you no longer feel the trigger. Okay, the tapping, in my opinion, when you're doing in the heat of the moment, when it's just a 1 or 2, is the fastest way of getting rid of it. Fastest way of breaking the trance. But in the morning, do your first work, which is making sure that you set everything to the proper place for the day. I'll take this one step further. Once you get everything to the proper place of the day, choose who you want to be that day, because you can choose to be anybody that you want to be. And once you choose, get yourself into that state physiologically. Stand the way that person would be standing, dress the way that that person would be dressing, hold yourself the way that that person would be holding themselves, breathe the way that that person would be breathing, talk the way that that person would be talking. If you've already experienced it yourself, it becomes that much easier. If you haven't yet experienced it yourself, find someone who you want to emulate and act like them to the best of your ability. The more you do it, the easier it will become. I hear quiet.
Wow. That's amazing.
Right? But it would work. No?
You have to, you have to try it. Otherwise, you never know.
I can say from experience, it works.
Yeah. What I'm doing every morning is doing my breathing with the, the monitor of
Right.
with the heart map. Yeah, with the heart monitor, like for 20 minutes, and then I do some Joe Dispenza's
Uh-huh.
breathing. I just combine it together.
Right. Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah, because it's breathing anyway. So what difference it makes?
Right.
Um, then usually I do like 30 minutes, 40 minutes yoga,
Mm-hmm.
and then I start my day. Doing all the marketing and all the
Right.
everything.
Right. So before you get yourself dressed in the morning, I assume that all the yoga you're doing in comfortable clothes, not necessarily the clothes that you would wear to go out, right?
Sure, of course.
Okay. So before you go and get yourself dressed, take a moment, decide who you want to be that day, what kind of a person you want to be, what kind of experience you want to experience. And once you have that, choose the clothes that feel right for that person, for that experience, for that thing that you want. And then wear the clothes and hold yourself in that physiology.
Mm. All right.
Try it for the week. Let us know how it works next week. Okay?
Okay. Very well.
Sounds good. Anything else? Should we go on to our declarations?
Okay, let's do.
Okay. Place your hand in your heart, or you can tap. I decided that tapping works just as well, if not better. My inner world creates my outer world.
My inner world creates my outer world.
What I heard about money isn't necessarily true.
What I heard about money isn't
Money
necessarily
isn't
true.
necessary.
I choose to adopt new ways of thinking
I choose to adopt new ways of
New ways
thinking
of thinking
that support my happiness and success.
that
that
support my
support
happiness.
our happiness and success.
What I modeled around money was their way.
What I
What
modeled
the model
around
around money was their way.
I choose my way.
I choose
I
my
choose my way.
I release my non supportive money experiences from the past
my
I
non-supportive
release my non-supportive experiences of money from the past
and create a new and rich future.
and
and
create
create a new and rich future.
I observe my thoughts
I
I
observe
observe my thoughts
and entertain only those that empower me.
and
and entertain all those that are empowering me.
I create the exact level of my financial success.
I
I
create the
create the exact level of my financial success.
My goal is to become a millionaire and more.
My goal
My
is to
goal is to become a millionaire.
My outcome is to be happy and help people.
my outcome is to
My
be
outcome
happy.
is to help people.
I commit to being rich.
I
I
commit to
commit
being
to being
rich.
rich.
I think big.
I
I
think big.
think
I choose to help thousands and thousands of people and
I
more.
choose to help
I
thousands
choose
of
to help
people.
thousands of people.
I promote my value to others
I
I
promote my value
promote my value to others.
with passion and enthusiasm.
with passion and
Passion and
enthusiasm.
enthusiasm.
I am an excellent receiver.
I am an
I'm
excellent
an
receiver.
excellent receiver.
I am open and willing to receive massive amounts of money into my life.
I am open and willing to receive massive amounts of money into
Massive
my life.
amount of money to me.
I choose to get paid based on my results.
I
I
choose to
choose
get
to
paid based
pay
on
based on my results.
I always think both.
I
I
always
always think both.
I focus on building my net worth.
I focus on building my
Focus on
network.
building my net worth.
I am an excellent money manager.
I'm an
I'm an
excellent money
excellent
manager.
money manager.
My money works hard for me
My
My
money
money
works
works hard for me
and makes me more and more money.
and
and
makes
makes
me
me more and more money.
I'm committed to constantly learning and growing.
I'm
I'm
committed
committed to
to
constantly
learning.
learning and growing.
I have a millionaire mind.
I have a
I have a
million.
millionaire.
Okay, before we actually shut off, I want to ask you, after you did your self-worth and you went back to thinking about the amount of money that you want to bring in, how did it feel?
More realistic.
What about you, Maria?
I'm not sure I understood the question. Can you repeat it?
We first raised the money level to the amount that we wanted to have per month.
Right.
And then we changed our self-worth in that situation to be the top level self-worth.
Okay.
What changes did you feel when you thought about bringing in that amount of money after you changed your self-worth?
That it's possible?
And beforehand, how did you feel?
Um, Maybe that I don't know how will it come, but like it was a kind of a question mark.
And you, Mary?
Yeah, I just kind of felt like blocked before.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Thank you all for joining. If anybody in the audience who's watching it and doing the work with us has anything to say, please let me know. I'm always happy to hear remarks and thoughts that you have about it. And if you have anything you want to work on, be sure to send it in too, and we'll be happy to work on it together. Even better if you came and showed up and worked on it with us, because the more people working, the stronger the work that we do. See you next week.